All right, yes, it is time for the auto segment on Wake Up Nigeria. And you know how some of us get to say Happy New Year in January? It does seem like our own Happy New Year to Ayo Shofela will be happening in March 2020. But it's great to have you here, darling. It's been a while. Is this the coronavirus song?
Okay, I think they said
Yes,
something
okay.
like.
All right. Now, today we're going to be talking about engine oil.
Yeah.
So you tell us all about it, Ayo.
Okay, most people who drive cars know about engine oil. They know that your car cannot run without engine oil. But then most people also don't know the consequences of not servicing your car regularly. I've heard someone say, I buy my engine oil for close to 18,000 naira, so I service once a year. It is completely wrong.
Engine oil for
18,000 naira. And for that reason,
I didn't know it
services.
was that expensive.
There are some
There
that
are
are
some that
more expensive
than
that.
18,000.
Yes.
When we have Bababiliki, down the road, Okay,
Well,
but
it
let's
depends
go.
on the car you're driving,
Well,
though.
true.
If you're driving a German car, you
Yeah.
know that you're going to spend more
A
on
lot
engine
more,
oil
yeah.
than a regular Japanese car. So today, I want to show us some of the consequences that happen when you do not service your car regularly. But before I get into that, we all know where our dipstick is. And for
Okay.
those who don't know, this is what the dipstick looks like.
Okay.
So when you pull it out of the car should actually be stationary, engine not running, at least
So
it should
the
have been
engine
off.
must be off whenever you take this out?
Yes.
Is there a reason for that?
Well, if it's running, the oil is going to be circulating around the engine, so you get a wrong reading.
Oh.
You might get a reading telling you that it's probably around here.
So the car has to be packed for how long?
For about 5-10 minutes
Before
is
you do
good
this.
before you check
Okay,
this.
so the oil should reach here, right?
No, the oil should
So why
reach
is the
there.
stick long?
Well, the stick is long so that you can gain access to the sump because it's actually going
So
all the way
what's
down.
the level for it?
Now,
the
I'm
correct
going to
level?
do that now.
Okay.
Once you push it in, you pull
Yeah.
it back out.
After 5 minutes.
No, you can pull it out immediately.
Okay.
You have 2 dots here.
Yeah.
Now those 2 dots, the second dot,
Is
the higher one,
Yeah.
is where the oil should always be. Yes.
This long length, only these two.
Yes, only these 2.
Okay.
Now, if it's anything slightly below it, it's fine. But when it starts getting towards the lower mark,
Okay,
it's
then
dangerous.
It's a problem.
Yes,
Okay,
it's
that's
really
what might knock
dangerous.
the engine.
Exactly.
Okay. So how often should you change your engine oil? Can you do it yourself, or it's advisable to take it to a mechanic when you're doing servicing?
I have some clients that do their servicing themselves. If
Okay.
you're a DIY person, you'll be able to do it. It's pretty simple. But
Okay.
if you have no idea on where the sump
safer to
is,
take it to your
it's safer
mechanic.
to take it to your mechanic.
Okay.
Then, when you service the car, you should always follow specification.
Okay. So
This
how?
is the oil filler cap.
Okay.
Where I just opened is where the oil is poured in.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I've had somebody that has poured water in there before because they did not know. I'm serious. They poured about 5 liters of water in there because they did not know it is meant for oil. So it's important for us to educate people. Now,
You know what, babe? Just come this way. It's because you're having to stretch too much. I don't want you to stress yourself. Show
okay.
me.
So this is it. You can see it's written engine oil. Manufacturers took their time to write it out there
Engine
so
oil,
that
so
you do
you
not
can
make a mistake. And then underneath they would write the specification of oil that you should use, which
Okay.
means you don't just go to the market and tell them, give me engine oil. You should
That's
actually
the one that we get
follow
from Baba
this.
Biliki that I was talking about.
You should actually follow this specification. It's either going
Okay.
to be a 0W20, 5W20, 5W30, and the likes.
Wow. Okay, so this is actually on every engine oil cap,
Every,
like every
engine
cap.
carries this, yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever noticed that before.
So once you do the servicing,
Okay.
you should give it, depending on what your car is reading, whether it's mileage,
Okay.
miles per hour or kilometer per hour, you should actually do 2,500 miles
Okay.
or 4,000 kilometers.
Okay, so for how often should I get my vehicle serviced?
That's what I just said, 2,500 miles or 4,000 kilometers.
2,000. But how can I determine that? What if
Okay.
I decide, okay, I travel a lot?
Okay.
Should it be like every 3 weeks, or if I don't travel so much with the car, should it be like every 6 months?
Okay, if you don't travel too much, maybe the car just goes a short distance.
Like maybe
every
1,000
day.
miles, for example.
Exactly. You could take it down to 3 months. Just
3
say
months.
every 3 months you want to service your vehicle.
Okay, but if you
That's
drive out
practically
every
fine.
day,
Then it's best you follow the mileage. You
Okay.
use the dashboard to do that,
Yeah.
the instrument cluster to follow the mileage. Now, if you
but
do
what
not
exactly? I was going to ask that. What's this big deal about engine oil? The most important thing is your vehicle is moving, the engine is fine. What is this?
the engine oil is a really, really big deal. You can, because of neglecting your engine oil, just buy a new engine. Exactly.
You
It's
know the
that
cost
much.
I was going
It's
to
that
ask a
much of a
mechanic if she
big
knows
deal.
the cost of a new engine.
It's that much of a big deal. Now, what I'm going to pour out here, you can see it's pretty thick, so it might take. Okay, so
Ew.
you can see this. This was taken out of someone's car. Now, if
Stop it.
I'm serious. This was taken out of someone's car. This is like grease compared to what I have on the dipstick here.
Will this destroy my hair?
That's dropping. You see this? See
Oh.
how
okay.
light that is
Yeah.
compared to this. Now, if you do not service your car regularly, this is what is going to end up happening. The engine oil is going to eventually become so thick that it cannot travel around the engine properly, and the engine is going to knock. Yes.
So how long has this been?
According to the person, the service this car around, was it April last year? And I took this out last week.
April last year. That's almost a year. Wow.
So
Just
you
take a look
can-
at it.
you
It's
can
even forming
see-
the shape of a tree. Can you see? Or is it mushroom? You just
So
pouring it out.
you can actually see
that.
what happens when you don't service your car. It's
Can you
better.
make out the face of somebody looking really evil-like? So it's better.
It's better for you to service your car regularly.
Okay.
2,500 kilometers, 2,500 miles, 4,000 kilometers, or 3 months is
3
just perfect. No
Okay.
matter how expensive your engine oil is,
Okay.
do not go past 3 months. Worst case scenario, 4 months, don't do more than that.
Okay. So
Because
when you're
you're-
getting to 6 months, 8 months, you're
It's
not only
too
playing
much.
with your car's health, you are playing with the cost of a new engine,
Exactly.
which is something I'm sure many of us would rather avoid.
And the cost of engine oil can never ever be as expensive as
Of course.
a new engine.
Of course. No
So
matter
it's
how often you service.
important for you to always keep a good service culture. If you have a mechanic that's doing it for you, tell him to remind you.
Okay.
In case you are so busy that you don't remember, they can always put a service sticker by the door, so when you open it, you always
You are
see
reminded that this is the last
exactly,
time you've done
this is the last time, and then I need to do the next
Okay.
one.
So hopefully someday soon we might talk about how to identify quality engine oil, because I know that
Exactly.
is a challenge.
It is.
Sometimes you buy packaged engine oil, and when you use it, you realize that you should probably not have gone near it. So that's something we'll probably take a look at
Yeah,
someday.
we will.
Once again, Happy New Year, Ayo. Good to see you again. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show, Ayo
You're welcome.
Shufela. The show continues. We'll take this break and we'll be right back. Stay with us.